Let's change the batteries on an Ultrasabers lightsaber that uses the standard setup for the configuration for the batteries. Now, standard setup is just the very most basic setup for the batteries on an Ultrasabers lightsaber. If you're getting one of the more basic sabers, especially one of the more basic stunt sabers, it will probably be configured this way, although certainly during checkout you can do a different battery setup. But anyway, if you don't change much during checkout and you're just really getting one of the more basic sabers, it's probably going to be standard setup. So standard setup is just a fancy term for, the lightsaber runs on 4 AAA batteries. So to replace the batteries, you'll need 4 AAA batteries, just the regular ones. And let's open up this hilt. So with these Ultrasabers lightsabers, it does depend a little bit on the hilt, but most of them you just kind of unscrew the pommel very easily at the bottom. That's your first step. The battery pack is on the inside. And we just sometimes you can just kind of wiggle, the hilt a little bit and to get it out. And occasionally it's stuck like this. It's actually kind of good that this happened. And what I'll do sometimes when it's stuck is I'll take the blade retention screw and just kind of put it a little bit into the bottom of the battery pack. See, there are some holes here. Don't put it in too far. Just kind of try to maybe catch the edge of it a little bit, and then you can pull the battery pack out. Now there's a few other ways you could approach it as well, but that's something that I tend to do. Now we have this kind of piece of Velcro here. A lot of the lightsabers, they'll have that over the battery pack. Now if you have an Ultrasabers V2 hilt, that style of lightsaber doesn't have this Velcro piece on it. And that style also tends to have the battery pack pretty jammed in there. So quite often you'll need to kind of pry out those battery packs on the V2 lightsabers with something, kind of like the method I just showed. Now we just sort of have this standard battery piece right here. And so, just make sure you put the batteries in the proper way. So put the negative side in by the spring, positive the other end. So we'll do that with all 4 of them. And I think we have it. Now you do want to make sure that all of them are in kind of securely. So it can be pretty easy for just like a little piece of the battery to be kind of up like that. And sometimes that can mean that the lightsaber won't turn on. So make sure all of that's secure. And then you can just wrap the Velcro piece on again if it's applicable. And we can pop that back in there. And now we have this illumination. So it worked. So that's just pretty much how you change the batteries in a nutshell, you guys. It's relatively straightforward, but sometimes one of the big issues, a few of the big issues are just sometimes parts of the battery are sticking out, like I said, and also it can be a little bit tricky to extract the battery pack from the hilt. So hope this helped, and feel free to comment below with any tips and tricks you may have regarding the battery pack on the Ultrasabers hilts. So thanks for watching.